Hi everyone, it's Bex here from Meandering Manships. Welcome back to our channel and to part 3 of our first road trip of the year. So far we've travelled from Cheshire down into Somerset, wandered through Wales, and I even took on Glastonbury Tor solo. But today we're heading east to Winchester, and this one's got a bit of everything. We're talking ancient streets, a truly stunning cathedral, hidden nature spots, and a few ghostly whispers from England's past. So if you love slow travel, a touch of mystery, and van life on the road, you're in exactly the right place. Come and meander with us. Before we hit the road again, I just wanted to share a little bit about Wells Touring Park because it really is a bit of a gem. It's an adults-only, family-run site designed purely for peace and quiet. So no bikes whizzing past, no loud noise, just really calm, relaxed atmosphere. It's also 5-star rated with award-winning facilities, including heated shower blocks, which honestly make all the difference on those cooler mornings. We paid around £35 a night while we were here, and that included electric hookup, fully serviced pitches, and full use of all the facilities. So that's really good value for what you get. There's also a lovely little on-site coffee shop cum clubhouse. And you've got a choice. You can either walk straight into Wells, it's about a mile, with the cathedral, the Bishop's Palace and all those beautiful little side streets right on your doorstep. Or if you're taking things really easy, there's a bus stop right outside the park. It's also perfectly placed for exploring Cheddar Gorge, Glastonbury and the Mendip Hills. So it's a really great base. If you're travelling through this part of the country, it's well worth considering. So with that peaceful stay behind us, it's time to hit the road and meander east towards Winchester. Leaving the beautiful city of Wells behind us, we ease back onto the road and begin our journey east towards the ancient city of Winchester. It's a journey of around an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on the route, how many little pauses you allow yourself along the way. And for us, this route brought something really quite special because we found ourselves travelling along the A303, one of the main roads that passes right by Stonehenge. And it's one of those places that, even if you've seen it before, still has a way of quietly taking your breath away. So I decided to pull over just for a few minutes. I'd picked up a little snack for the road and I just sat there looking out across the landscape with Stonehenge right there in front of me, and it really was a bit of a moment. There's just something about it. It's believed to be over 4,000 years old, built in stages, with some of the stones being brought from miles and miles away. And even now, no one knows exactly how or why it was built. Some say it's connected to the movement of the sun, others to ancient rituals or gatherings of people from long before our time. And just standing there, even just from a distance, you can feel that there's something quite special about it. So now I'm back on the road again after Stonehenge, and it's about another 40 minutes or so. And when I get close, Gary calls to let me know that he's already arrived, and he and Bonnie are there to greet me as I pull off the road and into the park. So here we are at Caravan and Motorhome Club site at Winchester, which is called Morn Hill. And it's taken us a couple of hours to get here. I'll do that bit over there in a bit. So when you come off the roundabout, just a really quick bit, so when you come off the roundabout you'll see a sign which I've only just got here. Right, so as you come off the roundabout you'll see a sign there, which makes it look like you're going down there, but you're not. You're turning this way. So that big building there says Neptune on the front, like it's a pub. I don't think it is. I think maybe a care home, I'm not sure. but you're going to turn right there rather than going down where the sign is, and it brings you along here, and here's the campsite. There's your bins. There is a dog area here that's all enclosed. I'm literally finding this as fast as I'm recording. We've literally just arrived. So there's reception. Nice and tidy, well presented. Gaz said the guy that checked him in was really polite, informative. Facilities block is over there. The site operates a one-way system. So don't go down there. It's very clear not to go down there. You're going to go up here. Anyway. Very nice seating area on this pitch. How lovely is that? That's very nice. So you've got your own stand to put a barbecue on safely. Picnic bench, hard standing, electric hookup. Yeah, nice fully serviced pitch. Number 42. And that's your view. That's quite beautiful, isn't it? Anyway. There we are. Honey. Hello, hello. Go on then. So when we spoke to the warden, they said the bus is probably the best way to access Winchester. So we've just crossed over, and this is directly across the road from the campsite, which is just there. There's a roundabout. So we'll get yeah.
When we come back, it's number 64.
Right. Did you hear that, Bonnie? The number 64 to the Science Centre. And the hotel that's got a nice spa in it and does weddings and things.
Where's the bus stop? You got a bus? Hey, come on. You got a bus? Go on, man.
Yeah. There you go. Now we're into Winchester itself, and you can feel the history almost immediately. This was once the capital of England, going right back to Anglo-Saxon times. So you're really quite literally walking through one of the country's oldest and most important cities. And as you wander through the streets, there are layers of history all around you. Medieval buildings, Georgian frontages, all sitting side by side. Winchester is also closely linked to King Alfred the Great, who ruled here in the 9th century and helped shape early England. There's even a statue of him in the centre, watching over the city. On first glance though, if you do miss all of the spectacular architecture, it just looks like another city centre with lots of your normal household brand shops. Independent shops, high streets, restaurants, bars, and there are so many eateries, from Rick Stein here on the left to the kebab house that's just past it, to pizza places and burger bars. It must have a really, really vibrant nightlife.
Bonnie by our feet, wagging her tail. Through the winding roads we set our sail. Historic pubs calling our name, haunted corners, nothing's the same. Winchester's charm, a tale to unfold. Ancient cathedral, stories retold. Alfred the Great, a king of the past. Roman roots were shattered in every street, with echoes of history beneath our feet.
So we were really curious. We saw a sign in the road in Winchester and it said, longest little alleyway was the oldest bar in England. Well, our understanding has always been that the Jerusalem place in Nottingham is the oldest pub. But it didn't say pub, it said bar. So we're really curious and we've come inside. It's actually a Greek and King pub now. So what it says is, bear with me, the Royal Oak is the earliest building in England to house a bar. So it's not saying it was a pub, it's saying it had a bar in here. With parts of the pub, parts of what is now the pub, dating back to 1002, when it was the residence of Queen Emma, who was the first Queen of England. Its earliest reference as an actual pub dates back to 1390. So it is really old and it is really spooky. And there's lots of little nooks and crannies. And even in the hour that we've been here, there's been a few strange noises. And with a building this old, it's probably no surprise that there are a few stories that come with it. Over the years, people have said it's haunted, and it's even been visited by paranormal investigators curious to explore the space. Some talk about unexplained noises, footsteps, movements, things you can't quite place. Nothing dramatic, just those little moments that make you stop and listen and hold your breath while you're listening. And when you think about it, a place that dates back over 1,000 years, all the lives, all the stories, all that have passed through here, it's not that surprising that something may be lingering. Maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just part of the character of this place.
Bonnie by our feet, wagging her tail. Through the winding roads we set our sail. Historic pubs calling our name, haunted corners, nothing's the same. Winchester's charm, a tale to unfold. Ancient cathedral, stories retold. Alfred the Great, a king of the past. Roman roots were shattered in every street, with echoes of history beneath our feet. Oh, take me back to where it all began. In the heart of England we make our stand. With every step we feel the grace. In Winchester's arms we find our place. Ancient walls whispering low. In the calm of the night, let our spirits flow. Inside the cathedral, Jane Austen sleeps, while the crypt floods where silence creeps. While the crypt floods where silence creeps. Sacred space, we feel it all. With every heartbeat, the city sings a blend of the past, the joy it brings, reflective moments. We take it in Winchester's embrace. Our journey begins. Oh, take me back to where it all began. In the heart of England, we make our stand.
This is actually quite annoying. There's about 10 seconds and it goes off again. Now that's actually really bad. I know it comes back on again immediately, but it's just really odd, and it must use more electricity, turning it back on again, turning it back on again. So I'm sitting here waiting for my washing to finish, and I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes, and every 10 seconds it goes off. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to sit here in the dark. This is mad. Right, I've cracked it. If I move constantly, it doesn't turn off. I don't know how I can move literally constantly for another 15 minutes. But let's keep going, eh? Like a little workout. Okay, so that's not working either. It has to be big movements. You can't kind of be gently just doing this with your feet. Then the lights go off again. So, unfortunately, it's going to be big movements. Gotta be really extra for another 12 minutes. I don't know if I can keep this up. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday morning and I'm heading back into Winchester myself. It's solo for a couple of hours. Gary's going to join me in a little while.
And we're just going to pause here for a moment so I can say thank you. If you are already part of our community, if you already subscribe, if you ever leave a comment or a thumbs up or a share or any of those things, thank you. I don't think we could ever truly explain how grateful we are for your support and encouragement. And if you're new to our channel, if you've stumbled across us by chance or we've come up on your algorithms, oh my goodness, you are so welcome. Genuinely, you are so welcome. If you ever do get the chance to leave a short comment, even if it's an emoji, give a thumbs up or a like or a share or any of those things, it helps to boost our little channel. And other people like us who have little channels. We're all part of this amazing community, aren't we? And it's really, really lovely to feel like we're part of something so supportive, so connected, so encouraging, so curious as well. So if you don't already subscribe, we're free to subscribe to, and we would love to have you on this journey with us. We are just a regular couple who quit our corporate life jobs a few years ago. I can't say it was on a whim. That would be the wrong thing to say. It was not on a whim, but it was on a spontaneous decision. And we have never, ever looked back. And each of the videos that we put out on here are just little adventures that we're on. Some of them seem quite spectacular, where we're going around France, Spain and Portugal with Bonnie, and we're on the beach and I'm in the sea in my underwear and I don't give a damn. And then other days I'm just wandering through Knutsford, or we're down in Somerset and I'm doing a solo trip up Somerset, up somewhere, doing a bit of a solo hike up Glastonbury Tor. Thank you for being on this journey with us. We are genuinely grateful, and we always try to respond to any comments or likes, and we try to follow people back as best as we can do. And you know, maybe just if you do have a post coming out, share it with us so that we can watch it, because we're not always aware. Even when we get notifications, quite often in the busyness of the day we miss it. So just drop us a message. We always love to hear from you. Whether you've got a question about your van, we're not experts by any stretch of the imagination, but we've been doing this for a few years now, and we do work on a holiday park, so we have the absolute joy of seeing other vans and motorhomes and camper vans and static caravans and park homes and touring caravans and people sleeping in the back of their car and tent boxes and all those sorts of things. So we're just immersed in this world and we love it, and we love sharing that with you. So we hope that you enjoy the rest of this video, where I'm heading back into Winchester completely solo. What could possibly go wrong?
I've jumped off the bus near the city centre, just by the statue of King Alfred, and started following directions on my phone towards St Catherine's Hill Nature Reserve, which is supposed to be absolutely stunning. I'm 25 minutes into the walk and I'm in the middle of a car park where there is no footpath. So after quite a bit of exploring, I've turned round and I'm making my way back towards Winchester city centre. That was just a massive fail really, but I wasn't going to lose the whole morning by wandering trying to find this place that literally took me through fences and all sorts. That footpath does not exist. And here I am again back at the statue. After about an hour and 20 minutes walking out, trying to find St Catherine's Hill, then making my way back again. It's not even that I couldn't find the path, it just literally was not there. Sometimes that's just how it goes, I guess. I think the highlight of that little detour was actually just a man having a wee against the wall, which you don't see every day. So, a slight change of plan. I'm going to head over now to Winchester Cathedral, which I'm fairly confident does exist. Now here I am inside Winchester Cathedral. Paid about £14 to come in, which actually gives me a full year's access. And when you realise just how much it costs to keep a place like this going, it feels like a really small price to pay. But I was not expecting this. Right in the centre of the nave, there's this incredible installation, the huge glowing sculpture of the sun called Helios, which is about 7 metres across and is completely lit from within. So here I am inside Winchester Cathedral, and I had no idea that the sun was here. Winchester Cathedral is one of the largest cathedrals in Europe, and parts of what you can see today date back nearly 1,000 years, to around 1079. It was built on the site of an even older church, so this place has been a centre of worship for well over 1,000 years. The cathedral is known for having the longest nave of any medieval cathedral in Europe, and when you stand there you can really feel that scale. It's also the final resting place of some very important figures, including Isaac Walton and Jane Austen. I'm heading up now to the Kings and Scribes exhibition and explore a bit more of the story from above. This is definitely worth a visit. You could literally spend all day just on this section of the cathedral. I'm not going to bore you though. If it's of interest to you, then go online and find out more details and get yourself booked in. This is over the centuries, this place has seen it all, from important figures, royal connections, pilgrimages, moments of change in English history, from Anglo-Saxon times through Norman times up until the modern day period. High above the nave, you'll see these funerary chests. They hold the remains of early kings and bishops, gathered together when older tombs were moved or disturbed. They've been here for centuries. And that's me heading out from Winchester Cathedral after spending a couple of hours inside. I actually could have stayed much longer. A place like this with so much history, so many stories, you can't really take it all in a couple of hours. If you're ever nearby, it's well worth exploring because it really is part of our story too. Anyway, back out now into the rain. And there's Gaz and Bonnie. another oldish pub. It's a 16th century pub called the Eclipse Inn that was St Lawrence Church rectory of the 16th century, and it's now a pub. One thing that's quite nice here, they do serve food, but when you walk through the door they don't stick a menu in your hand and say what would you like to order, and all the tables aren't set ready for dining. It's got a 5 stars on the food hygiene rating, and it's got an open fire.
Yeah, it's going to be able to put up with it. Does it, when they come down together, does he not go through? To be fair, we've had that for years, so yeah.
That's gone out. Another thing that Winchester has claim to fame is the Knights of the Round Table. So there's a bit of information about each one of them. There's the ladies. There's me. These are the stairs going back down.
On the road with the sun in our eyes, in the sky, Bonnie by our feet, wagging her tail. Through the winding roads we set our sail.
Back to bed.
Historic pubs calling our name, haunted corners, nothing's the same. Winchester's charm, the tale to unfold. Ancient cathedral,
Well, it's been a busy day.
stories retold. Alfred the Great,
I have to say my feet are a bit sore today. And just like that, that brings us to the end of this 3-part trip. From Cheshire down to Somerset, time with friends and family, and then across to Winchester. We hope you've enjoyed coming along with us. If you have, feel free to like, comment or subscribe. It really does help small channels like ours, and we always enjoy hearing from you. If you're watching other creators too, a little bit of support goes a really long way. It costs nothing, but it can make a real difference. Thanks again for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.
Jane Austen sleeps while the crypt floods where silence creeps. While the crypt